So here hello, is it audible? So in last class we solved up to 20th question. So we shall go with the 21st one. The increase in the width of the depletion region in a PN junction diode is due to. So 4 options they have given: forward bias only, reverse bias only, both forward bias and reverse bias, increase in forward current they have given. So width of the depletion layer increase in reverse biasing. Therefore, for 21, B1 is the right answer. The barrier potential of a PN junction depend upon type of semiconductor material, amount of doping, temperature. So which of the following is correct? They ask. 4 options they have given. So barrier potential depend upon N, that is semiconductor and amount of doping, and also on the temperature. So therefore, B1 is the right answer. Twenty-third one. So in an unbiased PN junction, holes diffuses from P region to N region because of first option, the attraction of free electron of N region. Second one, higher hole concentration in P region than in N region. So third option, the higher concentration of the electron in N region than that in the P region. And fourth option, the potential difference across PN junction they have given. So here the higher hole concentration is in P region than that in N region. So for 23rd one, so B1 is the right answer. So that is the higher hole concentration in P region than in N region. Twenty-fourth one, in a PN junction, first option higher potential at N side and lower potential at P side. Second one, higher potential at P side and lower at N side. Third option, P and N both are at same potential. Fourth one, undetermined they have given. So for 24th one, so when we observe all the four options, the right answer is 8th one. So that is high potential at N side and low potential at P side. Twenty-fifth one. So depletion layer consists of first option mobile ion, second option protons, third one electrons, fourth one immobile ions. So here for 25th, depletion region consists of immobile ions. So the right answer is immobile ion for 25th. So for 26th, depletion layer in the PN junction region is caused by drift of holes, diffusion of charge carriers, migration of impurity ions, drift of electrons they have given. So depletion layer in the p-n junction region is caused by diffusion of charge carriers. Therefore, for 26th one, B1 is the right answer. So next, 27th one. So in a p-n junction diode, change in temperature due to heating. First option affects only reverse resistance. Second one affects only forward resistance. Third one does not affect resistance of p-n junction. Fourth one affects the overall VI characteristics of p-n junction. So due to heating, number of electron hole pair will increase. So overall resistance of diode will change, due to which forward biasing and reverse biasing both are changed. Therefore, for 27th one, D1 is the right answer. Twenty-eighth one. So which of the following represents forward bias? So the diode is said to be forward bias if P side of is at higher potential than N side of p-n junction. So when we observe all the diagrams, so among all the diagrams in option D, so in option D, the diode is said to be forward bias if P side is at higher potential than N side of the p-n junction. Therefore, D1 is the right one. So 29th one. The given circuit has two identical diodes connected as shown in the diagram. The current flowing through the resistance R1 will be. So 4 options they have given 2.5. Second option 10 ampere. Third one 1.43. Fourth one 3.13. So 4 options they have given. So among 4 options, so here the diode D1 from the diagram it is reverse bias, so it will be block the current, and D2 is forward bias, so it will pass the current. So equivalent current becomes, so current in the circuit is equal to current flowing through the resistance R1. Therefore, it is given by 10 divided by 2 plus of 2 is equal to 2.5 ampere. Therefore, A1 is the right answer. Next, 30th one. Consider the junction diode as ideal. The value of current flowing through AB is 10 to the power of -1 ampere. Second one 10 to the power of -3. Third one 0. Fourth one 10 to the power of -2 ampere they have given. So here for 30th one. So p-n junction diode is forward bias, hence it offers zero resistance. Therefore, IAB is equal to VA minus of VB whole divided by RAB. So this is given by 4 volt minus of in the bracket of 6 volt divided by 1 kilo ohm. So if you simplify this one, 10 divided by 1000 ampere. So that is almost equal to 10 to the power of -2 ampere. Therefore, this one is the right answer. '31. So in the given figure, a diode D is connected to an external resistance R is equal to 100 ohm EMF 3.5 volts. If the barrier potential developed across the diode is 0.5 volt, current in the circuit will be, so 20 milliampere, second one 35 milliampere, third one 30 milliampere, fourth one 40 milliampere they have given. So from the circuit diagram, the potential difference across the resistance is given by V is equal to 3.5 volts minus of 0.5 volts. So if you take the difference, 3 volts. According to Ohm's law, it is given by current in the circuit is I is equal to V divided by R. So that is 3 volt divided by 100 ohm. So if you simplify this one, it becomes 3 into 10 to the power of -2 ampere. So that is almost equal to 30 milliampere. So therefore, for 31, this one is the right answer. '32th one. If in a PN junction, a square input signal of 10 volts is applied, so that is already shown in the diagram. So from the diagram, the diode is forward bias for the positive voltage, that is voltage must be greater than 0. So output across load resistance is already that is shown in the figure B. So B one is the right answer. '33rd one. Two ideal diodes are connected to a battery as shown in the circuit. The current supplied by the battery is first option 0.75, second one 0, third one 0.25, fourth one 0.5. So in the given circuit, the upward diode D1 is forward bias and lower diode D2 is reverse bias. So current supplied by the battery, so that is given by the formula I is equal to 5 volt divided by 10 ohm. So here this becomes half ampere, that is almost equal to 0.5 ampere. For 33rd one, this one is the right one. '34th one. So in forward biasing of PN junction, so 4 options they have given. First one, positive terminal of the battery is connected to P side and depletion region becomes thick. Second one, positive terminal of the battery is connected to N side and depletion region becomes thin. Third one, the positive terminal of the battery is connected to N side and depletion region becomes thick. Fourth one, the positive terminal of the battery is connected to P side and depletion region becomes thin. So 4 options they have given. So among 4 options, so in forward biasing, so the positive terminal of the battery is connected to P side and negative terminal to N side of the PN junction. So the forward bias voltage opposes the potential barrier. Due to this, depletion region becomes thin. So therefore, this one is the right answer. So 35th one. So in the following figure, the diodes which are forward biased. So they have given 4 circuit diagrams here. And which one is forward bias we have to select. So PN junction, it is said to be forward bias. Yavaga when P is at higher potential than N side. So it is for circuit A and C is suitable. Therefore, each one is the right answer. Thirty-sixth one. Application of forward bias to a PN junction. So they have given 4 options. The first one widens the depletion zone. Second one increases the potential distance across the depletion zone. Third one increases the number of donors on the N side. Fourth one decreases the electric field in the depletion zone. So among 4 options, the right answer is this one. That is decreases the electric field in the depletion zone. Next, 37th one. Of the diode shown in diagram, which one is reverse bias they have given. So when we observe all the diagrams, the diode is said to be reverse bias if P type of semiconductor of PN junction is at low potential with respect to N type semiconductor of PN junction. So it is for circuit C is suitable. For 37th one, this one is the right answer. So 38th one, reverse bias applied to the junction diode. 4 options they have given: lowers the potential barrier. Second one raises the potential barrier. Third one increases the majority carrier current. Fourth one increases the minority carrier current. So in reverse biasing, the conduction across the PN junction takes place due to minority carriers. Therefore, size of the depletion region rises. Therefore, B one is the right answer. 39th one, barrier potential of a PN junction diode does not depend on diode design, temperature, forward bias, doping density. So always by barrier potential depend upon temperature, doping density and forward biasing. Therefore for 39th one, A one is the right answer. So 40th one, for the given circuit of PN junction diode, which is correct, they ask. So they have given 4 options here. So just observe all the 4 options. So the diode is said to be, so here they have given 40th one, they have given 4 options here. So first one, in forward bias, the voltage across R is V. Second one, in reverse bias, the voltage across R is V. Third one, in forward bias, voltage across R is 2V. Fourth one, in reverse bias, voltage across R is 2V. So for 40th one, in forward bias, the resistance of PN junction diode is very low to the flow of current. So partially all the voltage will be dropped across the resistance. So that is voltage across R will be V. In reverse biasing, resistance of PN junction diode is very high. So voltage drop across R is 0. Therefore, for 40th one, 8th one is the right answer. Next, 41th. The current in the circuit will be, circuit diagram they have given and 4 options they have given. So the current in the circuit that is calculated by using formula. That is current is given by I is equal to 5 volt divided by 30 plus of 20 ohm. So then it becomes 5 divided by 50. So if you draw the diagram for this, it looks like this. So this is the diode. And this is 30 ohm resistance. And this is diode 2 it is. And here 5 volt it is. This is 20 ohm and this is 30 ohm it is. So this is the diode D1 and this is 20 ohm and this is diode D2. So here 5 by 50 we got. The right option is this one is the right answer. For 42th one, from the following diode circuit, which diode is in forward bias conduction? So just observe all the diagrams. Diode is said to be forward bias if P type of semiconductor of PN junction is at positive potential with respect to N type semiconductor of PN junction. So it is for the circuit A is suitable. Therefore, for 42th one, 8th one is the right answer. So next, 43. In forward bias, the width of the potential barrier in a PN junction diode. So in forward biasing, the conduction across PN junction takes place due to migration of majority carriers. So hence size of the depletion region decreases. Therefore, for 43rd one, B one is the right answer. Next, 44th one. In the junction diode, the holes are due to extra electrons, neutrons, photons, missing of electrons. So in the junction diode, holes are due to missing of electrons is the right answer. For 45th one. So the cause of potential barrier in the PN junction diode is, so depletion of negative charge near the junction. Second one, concentration of positive charges near the junction. Third one, depletion of positive charges near the junction. Fourth one, concentration of positive and negative charges near the junction. So when we observe all the four options, the right answer is this one. That is concentration of positive and negative charges near the junction. Forty-sixth one. So a semi-conducting device is connected in a series circuit with a battery and resistance. A current is found to be passed through the circuit. If the polarity of the battery is reversed, current drops to almost zero. The device may be P-type semiconductor, intrinsic semiconductor, PN junction, and N-type semiconductor. So on reversing the polarity of the battery, PN junction is reverse bias, as a result of which its resistance becomes high and current to the junction drops to zero. Therefore, for 46th one, C one is the right answer. Forty-seventh one. So the diode used in the circuit, that is already shown. A constant voltage drop at 0.5 volt at all current and the maximum power rating of 100 milliwatts. What should be the value of the resistance R connected in series with diode for obtaining maximum current? So they have given four options. So these are the four options. 6.76, 20 ohm, 5 ohm, and 5.6 ohm they have given. So here voltage drop. So what they have given? So here they have given VD is equal to 0.5 watts. Maximum power rating, that is P is equal to 100 milliwatts. So this is written as 100 into 10 to the power of minus 3 watts. And they have given source voltage, that is 1.5 volts. The resistance of the diode is calculated by using formula VD square by P is equal to 0.5 whole square divided by 100 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So this is become 2.5 ohm. So then current in diode is calculated by ID is equal to VD divided by RD. So that's equal to 0.5 divided by 2.5. So we are getting 0.2 ohm. So total resistance that is given by the formula Vs divided by ID is equal to 1.5 divided by 0.2 is equal to 7.5. So value of series resistance, that is we are possible to get by taking the difference of 7.5 minus of 2.5 is equal to that we are getting 5 ohm. So therefore C1 is the right answer. So for 47th one we are getting 5 ohm. So that is C1 is the right answer. So 48th one. In case of forward bias in PN junction, which one of the following figure correctly depicts the direction of flow of carrier? So from the just observe all the four diagrams. As soon as PN junction is formed, so there is an immediate diffusion of charge carriers across the junction, that is due to thermal agitation. So after diffusion, these charge carriers combine with the counterparts and neutralizes each other. Therefore, correct direction of flow of carriers is dissipated in the figure B. So therefore, for 48, B one is the right answer. 49th one. The peak voltage in the output of a half wave diode rectifier fed with a sinusoidal signal without filter is 10 volt. DC component of the output voltage is 10 by root 2, 10 by pi, 10 volt, 20 divided by 5. So here, this is given by VD is equal to, so VDC is equal to Vm divided by pi. So that's equal to 10 divided by pi volt. So here, if you draw the diagram for this, so we are possible to get, so like this. And this is input it is, and this is output it is. So here, this one is the right answer. So next, 50th one. So in full wave rectifier, circuit is operating from 50 Hertz means the fundamental frequency in the ripple will be 25 Hertz, 50 Hertz, 70.7 Hertz, and 100 Hertz they have given. In full wave rectifier, fundamental frequency in ripple is twice of input frequency. Therefore, this one is the right answer. So that is 100 Hertz. 51. A PN junction diode can be used as condenser, amplifier, regulator, and rectifier. So a PN junction diode conducts in forward bias and does not conduct in reverse bias. Thus, unidirectional property lead to application of diode in the rectifier. Therefore, D1 is the right answer. That is rectifier. Next, 52th one. An LED is constructed from a PN junction diode using gallium arsenic phosphorus. Energy gap is 1.9 electron volts. The wavelength of the light emitted will be equal to 10.4, 654 nanometers, 654 angstrom, 654 into 10 to the power of minus 11 meter. So they have given that is energy gap is 1.9 electron volts they have given for 52th one. Energy gap they have given how much? That is 1.9 electron volts. For LED to operate, electrons need to be crossed this energy gap. Therefore, wavelength lambda is equal to 1242 electron volt divided by 1.9. So that we are getting 654 nanometer. So for 52th one, this one is the right answer. Next, 53rd one. So the given graph represents VI characteristics for a semiconductor device. Which of the following statement is correct? First option they have given it is VI characteristics for solar cell, where point A represents open circuit voltage and point B short circuit current. Second option, it is for a solar cell and point A and B represent open circuit voltage and current respectively. Third one, it is for a photodiode and point A and B represent open circuit voltage and current respectively. Fourth one, it is for a LED and point A and B represents open circuit voltage and short circuit current respectively. So 4 options they have given. So related to this diagram, we have to choose the right answer. So for 53, the IV characteristics of solar cell. So that is already shown. So when we observe all the 4 options from the diagram for 53, eighth one is the right answer. That is, it is VI characteristics of solar cell where point A represents open circuit voltage and point B short circuit current. Fifty-fourth one. A GINA diode having breakdown voltage equal to 15 volt is used in voltage regulator circuit. Current through the diode is. Fifty-fourth one. They have given 4 options: 5 milliampere, 15 milliampere, 10 milliampere, and 20 milliampere. They have given. So here from the diagram, voltage drop across 1 kilo ohm, that is represented as Vz is equal to 15 volts, and current to 1 kilo ohm is calculated by I dash is equal to 15 divided by 1 into 10 to the power of 3 ohm. So that becomes 15 into 10 to the power of minus 3 ampere, or this is equal to 15 milliampere. Voltage drop across 250 ohm we have to calculate. So that is 20 volt minus of 15 volt is equal to 5 volt. So current through 250 ohm, that is given by I is equal to 5 volt divided by 250 ohm is equal to 0.02 ampere. That is almost equal to 20 milliampere. And then current through Zener diode, that is IZ is equal to I minus of I dash, that is 20 minus of 15, we are getting 5 milliampere. Therefore, 8th one is the right answer. Next, 55. A PN photodiode is fabricated from a semiconductor with a band gap of 2.5 electron volts. It can detect a signal of wavelength 4,000 nanometer, 4,000 angstrom, 6,000 nanometer, 6,000 angstrom they have given. So for 55th one, so among 4 options, what they have given, so they have given band gap is equal to 2.5 electron volt and wavelength corresponds to 2.5 is calculated by 12,400 divided by 2.5. So that is equal to 4,960 angstrom. So the right answer is C one. Next, 56th one. A PN photodiode is made up of material with a band gap of 2 electron volts. The minimum frequency of the radiation that can be observed by the material is yearly 1 into 10 to the power of 14, 20 into 10 to the power of 14, 10 into 10 to the power of 14, 5 into 10 to the power of 14. So here for 56, band gap is 2 electron volts. Wavelength of the radiation corresponds to energy is calculated by using formula lambda is equal to Hc divided by E is equal to 12400 divided by 2 electrons. So we are getting 6,200 angstrom. So frequency is calculated by using formula C divided by lambda is equal to C value is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. Lambda is 6,200 into 10 to the power of minus 10. So we are getting mu is equal to 5 into 10 to the power of 14 hertz. So the right answer is D one. Fifty-seventh one. Zener diode is used for amplification, rectification, stabilization, producing oscillation in an oscillator. So Zener diode is used for the stabilization, while PN junction diode is used for rectification. Therefore, C1 is the right answer. 58th one. So in a PN junction photocell, the valve of a photoelectromotive force produced by monochromatic light is proportional to first option, the barrier voltage at the PN junction. Second one, intensity of the light falling on the cell. Third one, frequency of the light falling on the cell. Fourth one, the voltage applied at the PN junction. So in photocell, the photoelectromotive force is a force that stimulates the emission of the electric current, and photovoltaic action creates a potential difference between 2 points, and the electric current depends on the intensity of the incident light. Therefore, for 58th one, B one is the right answer. So 59th one. For the logic circuit shown, the truth table, so which one is suitable? So if you observe all the 4 options, so here truth table they are asking, so 8th one is the right answer because it is the AND gate. So for 59th one, so it is AND gate because it is given by y is equal to a plus of a bar b bar whole bar. So that is equal to a dot b whole bar it is. So that is equal to a dot b. So therefore it is AND gate it is. So therefore 8th one is the right answer. So inputs are 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 and output we are getting 0 0 0 1 we are getting. So for 59th one 8th one is the right answer. So 60th one. So the correct Boolean operation represented by circuit diagram is NOR, OR, and NAND they have given. So LED bulb will light up if a switch yes, A and or B or both A and B is open, hence it represents NAND gate. For 60th one, NAND gate is the right answer. One. In the combination of the following gates, the output Y can be written in terms of A and B. So here for 61st one, so it is written as Y is equal to A dot B bar plus of A bar dot B. So for 60th one, B one is the right answer. 62th one. The given electrical network is equivalent to OR, NOR, NOT, and they have given. So if you observe this one, so the output truth table. So if you are writing this one, the truth table for this is A, B, C dash and output Y. So here inputs are 0, 0, 1, 1. So here 0, 1, 0, 1 and 1, 0, 0, 0 and here 0, 1, 1, 1. So outputs are 1, 0, 0, 0 we are getting. So corresponding to this, so the right answer is NOR gate it is. 63rd one. What is the output Y in the following circuit when all three inputs A, B, C are first 0 and then 1? They have given four options: 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 1, 1 they have given. So here for 63rd one, so here Y is equal to AB bar into C is equal to ABC we are writing. So if A is equal to B, so that is equal to C, that value is 0. So then Y naught output, that is 0 bar, is equal to 1. So if A is equal to B, so that is equal to C, that's equal to 0. So then Y1 is equal to 1 bar, that value is 0. Therefore, C1 is the right answer, that is 1, 0.